So I'm Adam from Phytoponics, and we do commercial horticultural systems for the glasshouse. Um, so I'm the co-founder of Phytoponics, and I'm really happy to be invited on to pitch at Food Tech Matters. And Phytoponics, we're a bit early. We're sort of between the seed and Series A stage. So I'll start. So we all know, many people here will have heard of hydroponics. It's a way of growing plants in a nutrient solution instead of soil, and it's much more efficient and versatile than soil growing. It uses less land and water. And hydroponics is swiftly taking over the commercial horticulture sector, and most new installations of commercial projects growing tomatoes, strawberries, for example, use hydroponic systems. However, the problem is that the vast majority of those new technologies, those new systems, use substrates. So a substrate is basically, it's like a replacement for soil that the plants sit in, and the hydroponic substrates don't have any nutrients in them. They just get drip-fed nutrients occasionally through drip irrigation. And the type of substrates that are used are typically rock wool substrates, that's liquefied rock wool fibers, or coconut husk, cocoa coir. So the problem is that after each use, or at least every year, the substrate has to be disposed of. It's getting quite costly, at £2 a meter for substrate to replace. But there's a huge issue with landfill, because once the substrate's used, it's got a lot of nutrients and chemicals in it, so it can't be disposed of too easily. So most of it goes to the landfill currently, which over thousands of hectares over Europe and the world, it's tens of thousands of tons. And the sustainable version of the substrate, the coconut coir, it requires a lot of freshwater use in washing the salt out of the coconut husk in Sri Lanka, and then they have to ship the coconut husk to Europe, and it's quite a bad sort of chain of resource chain. So our solution is we've invented a substrate-free, deep water culture-based hydroponic growing system. So the technology we've got. From you know, yeah, sorry. Distortion. We've got a liner with an integrated aerator, which we have a basic in Europe. Sorry, all right. Not sure what it was, but basically, instead of a substrate, we've got it's like an aerated body of water, and the oxygenation is key because we can locally oxygenate just before the roots, just under the roots. It mixes and keeps the root, mixes the nutrient solution and keeps the root very healthy. So basically, we can grow extremely high health plants to produce optimum yields, and also we can control the nutrient solution with various parameters to control the root zone environment and control the growth of the plant. And we do this for many crops. So this is a graph of which explains our positioning in the market. So on the y-axis, you've got going upwards, we've got nutrient intense crops, things like tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, and at the lower end we've got leafy greens. So that's the y-axis for sort of nutrient intensity. And then on the x-axis, we've got substrate growing and substrateless growing. So currently, the market we're sort of targeting, it's moving the rock wool and cocoa coir out of the top left segment into which is a very large market. It's worth $45 billion and growing, into our deep water culture substrate-less growing technology. And many sort of innovators in the sector are focusing on the leafy green version of leafy green sector of substrateless growing. So Phytoponics, one of the very few startups that are tackling the bigger crops, which fill our supermarkets with tomatoes, peppers, aubergines, even medicinal marijuana. And there's more than 500,000 hectares of glasshouse and polytunnel. It's a big growth market, 7.4%. And the growing system part of the market, which we're focusing on, it's worth about 2 billion globally. But also there's the substrate market, which is also similar to about 2 billion pounds globally. So and the largest sort of competitor we've got is a substrate provider, Grodan, which has a large revenue, 700 million. So going on to the team, so we had some sort of team sort of disruption during the COVID period, the remote working and stuff. But we've settled with we've currently got me and my co-founder Luke. I'm the sort of inventor and sort of the brainchild behind it, and Luke's the tough Yorkshire worker who gets things done. And we've got the former MD of Hortimax, which is a big commercial. Well, it's now Ridder. Victor Lambert as a sort of interim MD, great guy. And on our advisory board, we've got leading soft fruit agronomist Doug Hutton-Squire, Derek Hargreaves for protected salad crops, and we've got a main investor chairman David Kremer, and investor director Tony Gale from Development Bank Wales, and Julia Pendren, who's a sort of founder, mentor, and product commercialization expert. We went to start up Bootcamp Food Tech with Peter Kruger in Rome back in the day. So traction so far, we've got we're working with Total Produce PLC, the UK subsidiary Total Waterfresh. We've got strawberry crops growing in our system down at their trial site. It's like a proof of concept and sort of showcase to farmers and growers. And Total Produce has a huge grower network for commercialization. And we've also got an installation with a Yorkshire-based grower for tomatoes, half a hectare. Those plants are just 1 month, 3 weeks old. They're much bigger now. And we've also got a project in Red Sea Farms in Saudi Arabia, that's the first commercial sale and export with Sale&Tech. Close to time. So we're raising, we've got a 300K bridge round that's currently open, just to assist in sort of like a commercialization sort of turnaround. But we've got a Series A round planned in autumn later this year. We're on the Innovate UK Transforming Food Partnership Grant Scheme, so there's an investment grant match opportunity. So just to summarize quickly, we're a commercial substrate-free hydroponic system with a unique sort of crop, what do you call it, positioning, let's say, and big potential to scale. We're at TRL8, so we'll be raising a Series A round to scale up and commercialize. And my contact details are below. If you're interested in commercial opportunities and or investment, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thanks.